In a world constantly shifting with rapid changes and unpredictable turns, we often overlook how timeless wisdom can provide the clearest direction. One of the most ancient and profound philosophies, Stoicism, offers us an essential guide for navigating life's challenges, whether they're personal, professional, or existential. Dating back to ancient Greece and Rome, Stoicism teaches the art of resilience and overcoming adversity, offering lessons that are just as applicable today as they were 2,000 years ago. This philosophy isn't just about enduring hardship, it's about using every obstacle as a stepping stone for growth, success, and transformation. As we face the demands and uncertainties of modern life, Stoic principles can be the blueprint that leads us from survival to thriving. Whether you're striving to overcome personal struggles, aiming for significant professional development, or seeking peace amidst chaos, Stoicism provides practical strategies and a grounding perspective. Let's explore how embracing these timeless truths can help you shape a future where not only do you survive, but you excel, no matter what challenges come your way. Join me as we unpack 10 powerful Stoic principles that promise to transform your life over the next decade. If you find value in the insights and stories shared here, consider this a simple but meaningful favor. Hit that subscribe button. After all, embracing Stoic wisdom means seeing the world through a different lens, one that values inner strength and resilience. Stay with us as we embark on this transformative journey together. This is not just a principle, it's a lifestyle choice, and it aligns perfectly with Stoic philosophy, which holds wisdom as one of its most revered virtues. As we enter the next decade of our lives, adopting a mindset of continuous learning will not only enhance our capabilities, but also deepen our understanding of both the world around us and our inner selves. But continuous learning isn't just about academia or professional skills. It's about nurturing growth in every corner of life. Stoicism teaches us to be adaptable, to respond to change with intelligence and grace. Life is always shifting, and to remain relevant, effective, and fulfilled, we must learn to evolve with it. Think of learning like tending to a garden. A gardener understands the seasons, the soil, and the needs of each plant. Similarly, we must learn to understand our environments and the people we engage with. This kind of learning isn't just about collecting facts, it's about developing wisdom. Start small, commit to learning something new each day. It could be as simple as discovering a new word, understanding a different culture, or learning something new about a colleague or loved one. Each nugget of knowledge builds on the last, helping us grow and expand our worldview. Over time, this continuous accumulation of knowledge prepares us for whatever challenges arise while enriching our lives. Embracing continuous learning also means reflecting on what we learn, integrating it into our daily life, examining how it challenges us and how it aligns with our core values. This is what transforms knowledge into wisdom. And remember, the Stoics believe that the wise person adapts to the world, while the foolish insists the world adapt to them. By learning continuously, we put ourselves on the path of wisdom, resilience, and growth. In a world that glorifies quick results and grand gestures, Stoicism teaches us the power of incremental progress. This principle reminds us that lasting change doesn't come from one massive leap, but from consistent, small actions taken over time. Take a moment and think about the monumental achievements you desire, whether they relate to your health, career, or personal growth. Instead of aiming for drastic, unsustainable changes, the Stoic approach encourages you to start with small, manageable steps that you can build upon daily. For instance, if getting fit is your goal, begin with just a 10-minute walk every day. Over time, you can gradually increase the duration and intensity, making the process sustainable and impactful. The same approach applies to mental and emotional growth. Practicing daily gratitude by simply noting one thing you're thankful for can transform your mindset over time, cultivating a more positive outlook and a sense of fulfillment. The beauty of small steps is that they make progress seem more achievable. By focusing on one small action at a time, we reduce the overwhelming pressure that often leads to procrastination. Each small effort adds to a greater outcome, and in this way, we continue to transform ourselves and our world. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back, it's about actively growing stronger through each challenge we face. Stoicism teaches us to embrace hardship as an opportunity to build our character and sharpen our abilities. Life will inevitably throw obstacles our way, but it is our ability to adapt and improve that will define our journey. Resilience, like any muscle, grows stronger with use. Each challenge you face, each difficulty you overcome, adds to your inner strength. Continuous improvement means taking a proactive approach to life's challenges, reflecting on what works and what doesn't, and using that knowledge to build a more resilient mindset. At the end of each day, take a moment to reflect. What went well today? What didn't go as planned? What can I learn from this experience? By making reflection a daily habit, you create a cycle of growth and improvement that will serve you for years to come. True resilience is about being actively engaged in your own growth, not passively waiting for life to change. It's about seeing challenges not as setbacks, but as stepping stones. As you continue to improve, you'll find that no obstacle is insurmountable. Each is just another opportunity to refine yourself and your skills. By committing to continuous improvement, even in small, everyday actions, we're building a framework for our lives that allows us to face anything the future holds with confidence and grace. Embracing reality is not about giving into passivity or resignation. It's about empowering ourselves to engage with life as it truly is, not as we wish it to be. The teachings of Stoicism remind us that our true strength doesn't lie in changing the external world to meet our desires, but in adapting ourselves to the world exactly as it is. Accepting reality starts with a simple yet profound acknowledgement. Things are as they are. Whether it's minor annoyances or major life challenges, Stoicism teaches us to approach life's uncertainties with a clear and unclouded mind. When we strip away the narratives and expectations that cloud our judgment, we are better able to make decisions that are not only effective but in harmony with our core values. This doesn't mean we stop striving to improve things, but rather that we first accept them as they stand before trying to change them. This acceptance eliminates much of the frustration and disappointment caused by unrealistic expectations, grounding us in the present where all real change begins. For instance, if you're dealing with challenges at work, simply acknowledging the difficulties you're facing is the first step toward finding real solutions. Rather than hoping the problems will disappear, accepting them for what they are allows you to approach them from a place of clarity and purpose. Acceptance is not resignation, it's a recalibration of our focus. It's about channeling our energy into areas where we can make a real difference, our responses, our actions, and our attitudes. This is what the Stoic philosopher Epictetus meant when he said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." So let's challenge ourselves to see the world as it is and accept it. This doesn't weaken our power, it strengthens it by anchoring our actions in reality. Each day, take a moment to reflect on what is in front of you and ask yourself how you can engage with it constructively. Embrace this Stoic wisdom and watch how it transforms your ability to handle life's complexities with a calm and effective demeanor. When we talk about discipline, many think of it as a restrictive force, but in reality, it is a tool for freedom, the freedom to achieve, to overcome, and ultimately to fulfill our potential. Stoicism teaches us that through discipline, we gain control over our actions and thoughts, guiding us towards a life that is not driven by impulses but by purpose and reason. Discipline is like the rudder of a ship, steering us through the turbulent seas of life's challenges and distractions. Without discipline, we're tossed about by the winds of fleeting desires, but with it, we chart our own course, driven by our deepest values and highest aspirations. This isn't about rigidly adhering to a schedule for its own sake. It's about aligning our daily actions with our long-term goals. Cultivating discipline means creating habits that systematically lead us toward success. It's about waking up early not because it's expected, but because it gives you precious time for personal growth, time to read, reflect, or exercise. Discipline also means saying no to unnecessary commitments that don't align with your core objectives. Every small act of discipline builds momentum like compound interest, eventually leading to significant achievements over time. But Stoicism doesn't just ask us to be disciplined, it asks us to understand why we practice discipline. Why are we choosing to take on a task? Why are we denying ourselves certain pleasures? Having clear, rational reasons for our choices makes discipline a conscious decision, not a burden. Let's reframe our view of discipline. It's not a restrictive force, it's a powerful tool that, when used wisely, can unlock our potential and lead us to success. By fostering discipline in our daily lives, we don't just follow reason, we create a path toward the success we envision for ourselves. As we continue practicing discipline, let's remember that every small choice contributes to the larger tapestry of our lives, each action a vital part of a magnificent picture. Intellectual and personal growth isn't just about expanding our knowledge or skills. It's about evolving continuously, embracing change, and striving to become the best version of ourselves. Stoicism encourages us to challenge our perceptions, question our assumptions, and seek wisdom in every experience. True growth comes from within. It starts with self-awareness, understanding our strengths, acknowledging our weaknesses, and identifying the values that guide our decisions. From this foundation, we can build a lifestyle that nurtures growth in both intellect and character. Think of it as cultivating a garden of virtues. Each new insight or skill is a seed that, with care and persistence, will flourish. Intellectual growth involves continuous learning, which can be as simple as reading books, engaging in thoughtful discussions, or exploring new disciplines. It's about staying curious and open-minded, always willing to learn from others and the world around us. However, intellectual growth also demands that we challenge our own ideas, putting them to the test through debate and allowing them to evolve or be replaced by better ones. Personal growth focuses on qualities like resilience, empathy, and integrity. It's about applying the knowledge we gain in a way that enhances our interactions and decision-making. For example, understanding the Stoic concept of amor fati, the love of one's fate, can transform how we approach challenges, viewing adversity not as an obstacle, but as an opportunity for growth. Remember, growth isn't a destination, it's an ongoing journey of refining our thoughts and behaviors, striving for a harmonious life. By committing to both intellectual and personal growth, we align ourselves with the Stoic ideal of living a life that's not only informed, but also principled and purposeful. Influence is often associated with charisma, power, and persuasion. However, Stoicism teaches us that true influence is rooted in integrity. The Stoics believe that lasting respect and influence come not from external authority, but from consistently displaying virtuous behavior and unwavering ethical principles. Integrity means doing the right thing, even when it's not easy, even when no one is watching. It's about aligning your actions with your values, living a life of honesty, fairness, and respect for others. When you live with integrity, people take notice. They see your consistency, your reliability, and your commitment to your principles. This builds trust, and trust is the foundation of true influence. Think about a leader you respect. More often than not, what stands out is their integrity. They are the ones who speak the truth, stand by their word, and make decisions based on what is right, not just what benefits them. This kind of leader inspires loyalty, not through fear or manipulation, but through the strength of their character. In our everyday lives, practicing integrity might mean speaking up for what's right, even when it's unpopular, or stepping back to let others shine. It might mean admitting our mistakes when it would be easier to blame others. Each act of integrity strengthens our influence, demonstrating our commitment to living a Stoic life, one guided by reason, justice, and personal courage. Being true to ourselves is about more than simply being honest with others. It's an ongoing process of self-examination, of holding ourselves accountable to the standards we set for our lives. Integrity, at its core, isn't just about how we present ourselves to the world, but how closely our actions align with our inner beliefs. When we constantly strive to bring these two aspects, our ideals and actions, into harmony, we cultivate a deeper sense of authenticity. It's a commitment to be who we truly are, not just for the sake of appearances, but to ensure that our actions reflect our truest selves. In the pursuit of personal growth, we must learn to manage our expectations. This is an essential principle not only for mental peace, but also for a life of contentment. Stoic philosophy teaches us that many of our frustrations arise not from external circumstances, but from unrealistic expectations about how those circumstances should unfold. By recognizing what we can control, our actions, our attitudes, our efforts, and accepting what we cannot, external outcomes, we begin to cultivate a realistic mindset. This helps us avoid disillusionment when things don't turn out as we hoped. For example, imagine working tirelessly on a project. While you can control how diligently you approach the work, the results, how others perceive it, or the unforeseen obstacles that arise, are often beyond your control. If you focus solely on a perfect outcome, you might set yourself up for disappointment. But if you learn to find fulfillment in the process, your effort, your growth, your ability to adapt, you create a deeper sense of peace. Expect challenges, but also celebrate your resilience. By preparing for setbacks without assuming failure, you protect yourself from undue stress and maintain emotional stability, regardless of what life throws your way. This principle of managing expectations also extends to how we embrace life's inherent unpredictability. Stoicism encourages us to accept both the rewards and the challenges that life brings with equanimity. By anticipating both, we remain grounded, calm, and adaptable. It's not about lowering our aspirations, but aligning them with the realities we face, so that our happiness isn't tethered to external validation or outcomes. Now let's take this further into our relationships, work, and personal growth. Cultivating realistic expectations isn't about giving up on our dreams or resigning ourselves to mediocrity. It's about understanding that the path to fulfillment is just as important as the destination. It's about knowing that our peace comes from within, not from the world's approval or validation. The next principle encourages us to learn from others. Stoic wisdom teaches that no one person has all the answers. Every individual we meet brings unique insights, valuable lessons, and different perspectives. Wisdom isn't something that can be confined to our own experience or knowledge. By learning from others, we broaden our understanding of human nature and deepen our emotional and intellectual capacities. In every conversation, whether with a friend, a colleague, or a stranger, there is an opportunity to learn something profound. It's not just about gathering facts or tips on how to succeed, but about listening deeply and expanding our emotional intelligence. Humility is key in this process, recognizing that no matter how much we know, there is always more to learn. This openness fosters empathy, builds stronger relationships, and enriches our communities. Approaching life as an eternal student, always curious and willing to listen, is a transformative mindset. Every interaction is a chance to grow, to refine our understanding, and to build connections with others. This attitude not only enhances our own wisdom, but also helps us cultivate a cooperative and compassionate world around us. Finally, Stoic philosophy encourages us to maintain curiosity and excitement about life. Curiosity is not simply about seeking knowledge, but about remaining open to the wonder and complexity of the world. This mindset helps us stay engaged with life, even when faced with challenges or disappointments. Every experience, whether good or bad, becomes an opportunity to learn more about ourselves and the world. Excitement, paired with curiosity, keeps our spirits alive. It's the passion that fuels our engagement with our projects, relationships, and personal pursuits. Rather than chasing after endless thrills, it's about finding joy in the process of discovery. Whether mastering a new skill, solving a problem, or uncovering new ideas, excitement drives us forward. As we grow older, it can be easy to become set in our ways. But maintaining curiosity and excitement requires effort. It's about challenging our assumptions, embracing uncertainty, and seeking out new experiences. Stoicism teaches that every new discovery, every fresh challenge, is a step toward wisdom and personal growth. By fostering this curiosity, we not only enrich our own lives, but inspire those around us to do the same. So, let's approach each day with a sense of wonder. Let's seek knowledge, embrace excitement, and stay open to the lessons life offers. By doing so, we unlock endless possibilities for growth, joy, and connection. As we reflect on these principles of Stoicism, remember that they aren't just philosophical ideas. They're practical tools for living with purpose, resilience, and joy. Embrace them. Challenge yourself. Let them transform you. And as you continue your journey, never stop learning, growing, and exploring.